What's up, guys? Jeff here, and today is tank day. We're getting all the freshwater tanks that are going into that rack delivered. And if I hear now, I hear a truck pulling up. All right, it's already started grabbing. We got 2 pallets worth of product here. All the freshwater aquariums that we're going to need. And now I got to go through the process of one by one walking them into the shop. Already got a couple in here, but should make pretty quick work of this. So we got the tanks in the shop. I ordered 32, two for, just for when we open and have something available for sale. 32, there's more back there, 20-gallon tanks, and here is one in the racking right now. I also bought the lids to go with them, and they're just like your old school glass lid, nothing major. And I think typically, the other box is over here, typically when you are using these glass lids, it's been so long since I've done it, has this little piece of plastic that goes in the back. It actually makes it so that the entire opening is completely covered. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that, even though that there is potential to lose fish from jumping. Maybe in a tank where I have fish that are jumpers. But what I like about having like this is I'm able to push that back and then open that up and then be able to get my paw in there catching fish. So what we have to do now is we have to take all 30 tanks that are going to go into the freshwater rack, paint the back and the sides, and then I needed to put an order in for some heaters as well as some sponges, and then we're going to install the air blower system that we have right there, and I also got some piping to help out with the air system. So we're going to do a whole dedicated video on the stand and kind of how that all comes together. But today we're going to be taking these apart. I'm going to go run to Home Depot, buy drop cloth, start painting up the backs of these because I got some black paint on hand, and get them in the racking so we can get this show up and running. So very exciting stuff. This is a kind of a big deal because I had a heck of a time finding tanks, and pretty pumped that I got them. They're here. Now it's just up to me to get them up and running. So definitely a huge step today. Very, very happy. And also happy that they're marine land tanks, because what I like about marine land tanks is that they use the black silicone. Unlike what you get with the all glass, which I got some down here. The all glass tanks, you have the clear silicone. I think it's just a sharper looking tank, so definitely happy about it. They're more expensive, but I think it's all the little things that matter. So definitely got a lot of tanks to get into this racking system. So definitely got to get going, got to put this camera down, got to get after it. Working on a bunch of different things today. Need to start working on the tanks because I would like to be getting these tanks filled with water by this weekend. So we have the tanks stacked up, quite a few of them, which we've already talked about, and we got one in place right now with the glass lid, which I already showed you some of the things I like about that. But I got 30 spots and 30 tanks that I need to get set up. Before I get the tanks in there, I do need to get the blower installed. I also need to figure out how I'm going to run my electricals for the lights and the heaters. The lights will be here Thursday, and outside of substrate, there really isn't any reason why. Well, that's not true. It's not true, because I don't have sponge filters either. So I have one of my distributors that I'm trying to get a hold of, so I can get like the online access they were the folks that I actually got the tanks from today. So if I can get in there and get into that website and order my sponges and my substrate for the freshwater tanks, I could probably at earliest have an order of fish coming in next week. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. The one problem is I don't have a freshwater distributor yet. A freshwater fish distributor. I got salt pretty much covered. I got two more accounts that I need to set up, and I'm gonna have some options even. But I do have an account that I got a hold of, or actually it landed in my spam box and I didn't realize I even got it until yesterday. And they had some pretty inexpensive coral frags in there. So there may be a $10 tray or section here in the fish store. So I'm pretty excited about that. You know, there's not going to be, you know, you're not going to find a bounce mushroom in there or some type of Walt Disney acro, but to be able to offer a $10 section for corals, it's pretty awesome in my opinion. It's definitely a good value, and pretty excited about that. But we're still working on the freshwater here. What we need to do right now is start ripping this cardboard off. I bought a drop cloth so I can start doing some more painting. So we're going to throw that down, even though I just had one that I got rid of. We're going to get that drop cloth down, messing around with some pumps here, and start painting some tanks so we can get that portion of it done, get them in place. I got this PVC so we can get the blower hooked up, hopefully. I had some clamps that I had bought for that and I can't seem to find them. I'll have to look for those, but I'm going to be running that. I'm going to have the blower right on the top, and I'm going to have the PVC running across the top, and I'm going to have airline tubing just going to every tank. Then there'll be a sponge, some substrate, heater, and then the LED light, and then we're done. We're fish ready. The whole process of adding fish to these tanks is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me because I've never handled a very large order of freshwater fish before, and I'd like to get them in here and just kind of let them do their thing for a little while before we're, you know, selling them to the public. So hopefully this all works out, but we need to start painting some tanks. Got a hold of the company that I bought the saltwater tank fish holding system, and they're hoping that they can get that shipped out to me within a week. So outside of those tanks, the water table, painting the frag tanks, and getting that done, things are coming together. I'm pretty pumped. That's going to be the table that is going to hold the water storage tanks, and these guys had a little bit of rain today. I think I'm going to drag them outside, see if I can scrub them up a little bit, because I am going to try to paint these black and leave a section of it open so I can actually see the water level in there. But we got that project to do. Still need to pick up my wood. Oh my god, oh my god. And then we got some more tanks back here. So I'm going to start painting some tanks. We're going to throw that drop cloth down, and then while I'm waiting for these tanks to dry, I'm going to paint as many of them as I can. I'm going to start fiddling with the air blower and see what that's all about. All right, so we have all the tanks. Well, not all the tanks, there's I think maybe 6 or so in the back still, but I have them all laying face down. The face are the piece of paper that's in all of them. I'm going to call that the front. And basically what I'm going to do is just take a little roller, some black paint, and just go over the back and the sides. Probably just going to do the back this go around, let it dry overnight. Then we'll do one of the sides tomorrow. We'll see how the back looks. Then we'll do the side before I leave tomorrow afternoon. So, yep, we're going to get in here with some paint. Hopefully it just takes one coat, because I don't want to paint forever. Feels like I'm painting forever. So I'm going to paint these guys, but I think I'm going to spray them, take the tanks out and put up a kill room, and then just go crazy with the sprayer. So, but we got some painting to do, and we're in the home stretch as far as that goes. So. All right, so we got the first coat on the tanks, and I gotta say, doesn't look awful. It's been a long time since I've painted tanks, just because the last couple of years I've been doing kits, not so much painting. But it's kind of weird what happens when you paint tanks, especially with a latex-based paint. You can see right there, like how it almost like pulls apart from itself if there's like some type of chemical there. But that one is probably the worst of them, but it seems to be drying pretty quickly. I'm hoping that, you know, I'll edit this video, and before I peel off for the night, I'll be able to get one more coat on them on the back. Hopefully that looks good enough so I can move on to the sides tomorrow, and then I got 10 more to paint, and then we should be good. We should have the tanks all painted up. I'll just need sponges, heaters, bacteria, fish. Let's get it.